Whichever path you want your success to go, BC is the gateway.
This degree means a lot to me, mostly to show my kids that no matter what happens, you can always get your goals and reach them.
I'm so grateful for my parents coming to this country and giving me everything and more. Getting this degree is being able to be independent on my own and be able to provide for myself and also be able to give back to my parents.
This degree means a lot to me, especially to my family, as me being a first-generation graduating student. There's a lot of opportunities and availability in this college to help you continue forward and to get your degree.
To all the first-gen students, that this is just the beginning.
I spent several years trying to get my degree since English is my second language. And I remember that when I decided to come here to BC, it was to take an ESL class. So I can believe that after taking several classes for learn English and then to get an associate, now I can have my bachelor's degree.
When you're starting in college, you have to be prepared on the first day. And if you don't understand or anything like that, especially the students who have language barrier, you have to ask questions. It doesn't matter if you think it's a stupid question, you just have to ask that question.
Whenever I was in high school, it was kind of overwhelming hearing about how you have those expectations to go to college and go to university, and then seeing the price tag on it, you get a little overwhelmed. So after graduating high school and finding the opportunity to come here to Brazosport College and study, and it's affordable and you have help the whole way, it really means the world.
I was amazed at community college, and its resources are awesome. They have very good resources.
I used the math center, and that was super great. I don't think I would have been able to do math without them. They helped a lot, and it was a great resource.
Keep going. Even if you fail a class, keep going, because it happens, so just keep going.
Don't wait to check in with your classes. Start your work as soon as possible. You're never too old to do this. So don't let that be a factor in stopping you from coming back to get your degree.
We are all in it together. We are equal. And every one of us, if we put forth the effort and believe in ourselves and do our very best, we can achieve whatever goal we put in front of ourselves.
Take one step at a time, you get to the goal pretty quick. It just takes that first initial step to get towards where you need to go.
Take it day by day and don't stress out.
Don't be shy to talk to people. Everyone there is scared, even if it seems like they're not. Go find somebody, sit next to them, talk to them. If they bite, I'm sorry. But most of them don't.
My favorite memory as a BC student is to be able to persevere through a lot of challenges and be able to learn from them and grow for them as a student.
I am so happy that I was able to go nursing in a different country. I think it's a huge accomplishment for me.
The advice that I would give to a student their first day at BC would be just to ask as many questions as possible.
Don't get overwhelmed. Surround yourself around friends, ask questions, and ask questions, because you're not going to know anything until you ask.
Make new friends. This is your college journey.
enjoy it, have a good time, focus on your school studies, and don't be a procrastinator. Don't wait till the last minute, and watch those deadlines.
Signing up for that first class, I was very scared, so nervous, but he was there telling me that I could do it. I would like to thank my husband, Josh, for being there for me, and I would like to thank Professor Diane Rosito. She made sure that I had my classes in order and signed up for everything, and she was just there to support me.
I thank my wife for support and my family for support, and Dr. Cooper Switt for everything that he's done to help me.
I'd like to thank Brazosport College for helping me further my education.
Everyone at BC creates a welcoming and supportive environment for your education, and also just helps you build your confidence within the school.
I would like to thank Dr. Chu, my analytical chemistry teacher. She was one of the greatest teachers I've ever had, and she really taught me a lot.
I would like to thank my mom and my grandpa, making it happen.
My kids for giving me inspiration, to finish. And then, of course, my wife for holding down, mommy and daddy duties while I'm at school.
I'd like to thank my parents. They've continued to push me throughout this long journey here at BC. I'd also like to thank my siblings and my boyfriend for giving me just extra support.
I want to thank my parents, Mark and Paula. I want to thank my family for being there for me, my kids for always supporting me, and my husband.
Quería darle las gracias a mi familia por apoyarme durante todo este tiempo en completar mis estudios. I would also like to thank my niece and my nephew, Lily and Leo, for being part of my journey, although there's so little to understand. I hope it's something that I've been someone that they can look up to and hopefully do even better than me.
My family, my husband Scott, my kids Jasmine and Thomas, and my in-laws Larry and Linda Fryer. They have all been very supportive of my 8-year journey getting my bachelor's degree.
I'd like to thank my mom. She has been so great to me and has just pushed me to do this. She's been such a cheerleader to pursue my dreams.
I would like to thank the Lord. I would like to thank my mom. I would like to thank myself and my family and friends for giving me the hope, determination, and courage to finish what I start. Truly thank them.
I would like to thank my parents for supporting and paying for my college.
I'd like to thank my husband. He's always been there to support me and encourages me to be my very best. To our son, thank you for being patient, and I hope that you know that this is for you.
I want to thank my parents and my close friends for their support, but most importantly, I want to thank my boyfriend for pushing me along and telling me to do it.
I would like to first thank God, because without him I would not be here. I would like to thank my family, my 2 boys, Brett and Braden Averett. I would like to thank my mom and dad, Alan and Louise Lehman, and my sister, Amanda Coleman. And I would like to thank all of my friends at church and also here at the college.
I would like to thank my husband for helping out so much around the house and with our kids, and my kids for their patience with me, and then especially my mom and dad and my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, because they have helped tremendously.
I would like to thank my mom for the opportunity and the support.
My mom, she's been there for me through everything, and also my students. I am so excited to get to be teaching them.
I would like to thank my mom for supporting me, and my professor, Miss Montiel, for helping me throughout my college experience.
My girls, my wife and my daughter, they're my inspiration for everything. They push me to go back to school.
Me gustaría darle las gracias a mis papás por apoyarme en este camino. And I'd also like to thank all of my friends and family who have also been there emotionally and physically.
I would like to thank my boyfriend. I'm so grateful for having him. And also I would like to thank my family. Even though they're far, they always support me through social media or video calls.
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, and my fiance. They've helped me a lot just to keep me focused.
Le quiero dar las gracias a mis papás y hermanos por siempre apoyarme y darme mucho amor durante esta etapa de mi vida.
I would like to thank first my mom and dad for helping me continue and go to college. I've had some times where I just wanted to quit. And of course, I want to thank my now husband for also pushing me forward.
I like to thank my parents, my families, and my loved ones for supporting me through my education and accomplishments.
I'd like to thank my mom and dad for all they've done for me, all they've sacrificed, and how much they continue to push me every day, every semester to keep going, no matter how much I want to stop.
God above, He is good. And my family was very supportive of me going back to college.
I would like to thank God, my mama's prayers, my daughter, and my family.
I'm very proud of my mom.
Do it.
and gentlemen, the faculty and staff of Brazosport College. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 Brazosport College graduating class.
You may be seated. Good morning, everyone. I'm Vincent Solis. I'm the proud president of Brazosport College. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to our 2024 commencement ceremony. Today's activities serve as the culmination of a successful path of study and persistence for our graduates and their families and friends. Before I get into my comments, there's a couple of people and individuals that I want to recognize. First and foremost, I want to start off with the celebration that we have today is only possible because there are men and women who have been called upon to step into the fray when our country calls upon them to do so. So I would ask at this time, if you are a veteran and if you have served our country in our armed services, please stand so we can recognize your service to the greatest country in the world. Thank you, veterans, for giving us the freedoms to chase our dreams. I would also be remiss if I didn't thank all the moms in the audience. This weekend is Mother's Day, and we could not be here without all of the support that we get from our moms. So graduates, today, when you walk out of these doors onto your next chapter of your lives, make sure that you thank your parents, thank your mom, because you are here because of all the sacrifice, all the commitment, all the support, and let's not forget, He brought you into the world. So congratulations to all of the mothers that we have in the room. Graduates, there's something to be said about service to your chosen professions. After you graduate today and you move on to the world of work, there's something to be said about commitment, lifelong learning, and the pursuit of the things that make you happy. I would be remiss if I did not recognize one of our own today at the very last graduation ceremony that he will have after serving 49 years at this institution. When I talked to this individual, I said, why didn't you get to 50? He said, no, because then you'd have called me 50 Cent. And I said, he goes, but I'd rather be a 49er because I got here first. So with that said, Mr. Wayne Pryor, can you please stand so we can recognize your 49 years of service? Thank you, Wayne. He's worked for every single president the college has ever had. Huge milestone. In celebration of the academic achievement of our students, past, present, and future, today we introduce the gonfalons that you see behind us. This is new to our commencement ceremonies, and we're very proud of them. This project you see on the center stage, the gonfalon you see in the center stage represents Brazosport College and was carried in this morning by Professor Jack Zorn. He's an assistant professor of art, and Isaiah Schauer, who is the division chair of math and life sciences. 6 other gonfalons representing the various college departments in the art of teaching and education are suspended from the crossbar and displayed on each side of the stage. First introduced in Italian and French medieval communities, the gonfalons were used to represent commonalities. In the educational community, the gonfalons are a physical representation of the celebration of achievement. At this time, the invocation will be given by Pastor Chris Moore, Director of Texas Port Ministries. After the invocation, please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance to be led by Marciela Thomas, Vice President of Student Service for Brazosport College Phi Theta Kappa Chapter and Treasurer for Brazosport College Student Government Association. Will you please join me and rise for the invocation and our pledge?
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, as we gather here today, we thank you for this wonderful occasion, the 2024 graduation of these students from Brazosport College. We thank you for the 2024 graduating class of Brazosport College. We thank you for every one of these graduates and their families and friends who are here today to celebrate this wonderful achievement. We thank you for blessing all of us in the blessing of learning. Thank you for allowing these students to study in their own chosen areas of emphasis in the attainment of the knowledge and skills they have acquired leading to their degree. May each graduate and their family and friends feel proud and enjoy celebrating their graduate success. Lord, we pray that they would be able to use these qualifications and knowledge to go out and bless the world. May each one of these graduates make the world a better place to live. Please foster in each of them and all of us here today a continued understanding that we need to be lifelong learners. Thank you for the knowledge gained by each of these graduates. Thank you for the friendships made and the relationships established that make each of these graduates even better people. Thank you for all of the dreams and the visions that these graduates carry in their heart. And thank you for every aspect of their time here at Brazosport College. From the leadership of President Solis and his team to the faculty and staff and all support personnel. Thank you for this great college and our community. And Father, as we dedicate this celebration to you, we thank you for creating us all and making all of this possible. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America.
You may be seated. Mic drop, one of the graduates said. Well, good morning. My name is Tracy Watts, and I am the Senior Vice President of Student Success and Advancement here at Brazosport College. I want to add my personal congratulations to all of the graduates. I can say without a doubt, we are so very proud of you and all the accomplishments that you have made. It is my privilege this morning to introduce those who are seated on the stage and also special guests that are in the audience. I would like to begin with those that are on the stage, starting at the first row of guests, behind me on my right, your left. I would ask each person to stand as I call your name, and then you may be seated. Please hold your applause until all are introduced. Starting on the end, Dr. Vincent Solis, President, Brazosport College. Mrs. Ginger Wooster, Vice President of Financial Services and CFO, and today's commencement speaker. Mrs. Ann Bartlett, Vice President of Community and Industry Resources. Dr. Brad McGonigal, Vice President of Human Resources. Dr. Monique Bockham, Vice President of Academic Affairs and Institutional Effectiveness. Mr. Jeff Dietrich, Assistant Vice President of Academic Affairs. Dr. Arlinda Montiel, Program Chair of Early Childhood and Education and the 2024 Teaching Excellence Award recipient. Now on the upper row, starting again the far end on my right, members of the Board of Regents, Mrs. Cheryl Sellers, Mr. Roland Hendrick, Mr. Jason Cordoba, Vice Chair of the Brazosport College Board of Regents, Mrs. Jennifer Monacle, Mr. Danny Yates, Mr. Jay Gibson, Mr. Ron Barksdale, and Dr. Isaiah Shower, Division Chair of Math and Life Sciences. Please join me in recognizing our platform party. Special guests. We have a number of special guests that are seated in the first section on my right. This includes guests of our platform party, individuals who have a part in our program this morning, and then members of the Brazosport College Foundation Board of Directors. Please join me in recognizing our special guests. At this time, please help me welcome Ann Bartlett to the podium to introduce today's commencement speaker. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Bartlett.
Good morning. Every 2 years, Brazosport College recognizes an alumnus who has left our halls and classrooms and gone on to excel in his or her life and chosen career. Today, Brazosport College proudly recognizes the achievements of Ginger Wooster as we announce her as the 2022-2023 Distinguished Alumna. Ginger Wooster is a lifelong resident of Brazoria County. She was raised in Danbury, Texas, and upon completion of high school, she chose to attend Brazosport College along with some of her closest friends. She transferred to the University of Houston, graduating in May 1990 with a BBA in accounting and became a licensed CPA in March of 1994. Ginger spent the first part of her life as a caregiver which began at the age of 12 when her mother developed breast cancer. As the oldest child of 4, she stepped forward to help with the various responsibilities, including caring for her youngest sister during thyroid cancer surgery. In October of 1973, during Ginger's first semester at Brazosport College, her mother lost her battle with breast cancer, and Ginger and her husband of 15 months, Dennis, became the caregivers for her sister. After adding 3 children to the family, Ginger was a stay-at-home wife and mom, supporting Dennis in his career. Ginger's role as a caregiver continued from the onset of her dad's cancer diagnosis in 1982 until his passing in 1985. Ginger began working part-time for Harry Kester Jr. CPA. He became a mentor to her, encouraging her to complete her college education with a major in accounting. Ginger gained experience auditing governmental entities, including Brazosport College, throughout her employment at various local CPA firms. In January of 2001, she joined Brazosport College as the internal auditor and was promoted to Director of Business Services in December of 2002. Ginger currently serves as the Vice President of Financial Services and CFO. Ginger has volunteered in many roles at her church and in the community over the years, including project graduation at Brazosport High School and Cradle of Texas Walk to Emmaus community, where she served in many roles. Ginger also took pride in being part of the Brazosport Rotary Club from 2008 until 2019. Please help me welcome to the podium my colleague and friend, Ginger Wooster.
Good morning. I want to congratulate each of you for graduating today. I am very proud of you because I know the sacrifice your money, time, and effort has taken to accomplish this feat. I'm standing here because I chose to attend Brazosport College in the fall of 1973 because that's where my friends from Danbury High School were going, even though Alvin Junior College was actually closer. My best friend Carol and I carpooled during that first semester, and she was my mentor that taught me better study habits, that helped me be successful. We both took 18 hours that semester and successfully ended up on the dean's list and inducted into Phi Theta Kappa. My life was turned upside down in March of 1968 when my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer. I was the oldest of 4 children and ended up helping a lot with things around the house and even did grocery shopping with my dad. I was a member of the band, and it was during my freshman year that I was standing at the infield waiting for halftime to begin. It was homecoming. I was disappointed that I didn't have a date. I decided to silently pray that God would provide a great Christian God who would come to love me and needed to come into my life and eventually marry me. This prayer was prayed throughout high school. A month or so before my senior year, my sister, Force Jane, ended up in Texas Children's Hospital for an operation to remove her thyroid that ended up being cancer. Mother was in the hospital in Angleton, so it was decided that I would stay with Force Jane, with Daddy coming up in the evening after work to check on things and to be with her during surgery and along with other relatives. We were there for 10 days, with her being released to the care of an aunt who lived nearby since Mother was still in the hospital and I had to go to school. Mother was transferred to a hospital in Houston where she had an experimental treatment called chemotherapy. She finally came home in mid-October after being in the hospital over 4 months. After she got home, it became the nightly routine for me to drive her to the hospital in Angleton around 10:30 so that she could receive a shot for pain so that she could sleep. That went on my whole senior year. In spite of that, I completed high school with a decent GPA having made the honor roll and being inducted into National Honor Society. It was during this year that I took a bookkeeping class and discovered I really enjoyed and understood it. That was when I made the decision to go to college and major in accounting and become a CPA. One of the classes that I took that first semester was college algebra, which I considered the easiest class on my schedule because I truly understood algebra. About 4 weeks into the semester, I turned around to the guy sitting behind me to ask him a question, and he then asked me if I was willing to help him with his homework. We both had no classes after that, and I had to wait for Carol to complete her class during that hour. We went to the snack bar at BC where we ended up talking and sharing and just getting to know each other, and we did that every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. He asked me to go to the county fair on Saturday night, but I had to turn him down because I was having to stay with my mother in the hospital each night during that weekend. Mother lost her battle to cancer on Monday, October 15, 1973, at the age of 38. She had fought a very hard fight. I missed classes the rest of the week. Someone asked Dennis if my mother had died, and he said he didn't know, and went home to look at the fact for her obit. We had our first official date on October 27th. On the morning of November 17th, Dennis had arranged to pick up my 14-year-old brother to take him duck hunting. You see, he was actually trying to see what I looked like in the morning. I had breakfast prepared for the three of us before they left. Later that evening, we went out and then came back to his parents' home where I was working on zoology questions while he had his head in my lap on the couch. We were talking about the future, and then he said, "You know, I have not officially asked you." I said, "Ask me what?" He said, "Will you marry me?" I quickly replied, "Yes." We decided to get married on February 23rd, 1974, at Holy Comforter Episcopal Church in Angleton, which was my home church. On May 25th, 1975, my sister, Forrest Jane, came to live with us. Dennis told me that he knew when he proposed that we would end up raising Forrest Jane. During the years that passed, I would take a class here and there while we added our three children to the family: Stephanie in September of 1976, Andy in March of 1978, and Peter in January of 1981. I was a stay-at-home wife and mom while Dennis worked for Dow as a shift-working firefighter. In the fall of 1983, I decided to get more serious about my education while balancing a family, so I took 2 courses. In January 1984, I began working part-time for Harry F. Custer Jr., CPA, as his very first employee, along with his sweet wife, Diane. Harry ended up mentoring me, and I learned so much during those almost 4 years I worked for him. During that time, I completed the courses I needed to transfer to the University of Houston and was accepted without a problem. Harry and Diane were instrumental in me choosing the main campus over Clear Lake because they were graduates of the University of Houston. I quit my job and began classes in August of 1987. The first semester was hard, and I really wanted to quit, but Dennis encouraged me that I could do it even if I ended up with C's. It was during this time that he would share with family and friends that my college education was part of his life insurance plan. I took 12 hours each semester with the summers for my children. It was a proud moment when I graduated from the University of Houston with a BBA in accounting on May 12, 1990. I also studied law while working in public accounting to persevere in passing the CPA exam and got my CPA license on March 2nd, 1994. During these years, we witnessed our children graduate from Brazosport High School. Forrest Jane in 1985, Stephanie in 1995, Andy in 1996, and Peter in 1999, who received his diploma from Texas Governor George W. Bush. Forrest Jane married Randy in May of 1985, and then our dad lost his cancer battle in June of 1985. In September 1989, Forrest, Jane, and Randy brought Katie into the family as our first grandchild. Forrest Jane had another medical scare when Katie was just 3 weeks old and had to be in the hospital for 10 days because of calcium buildup caused by medication she had been taking. In 1996, Stephanie married Jake, and they added our grandson Justin in September of 96. Forrest, Jane, and Randy added Aubrey in October of 96. In January 1997, Andy began his career in the U.S. Navy as a missile tech on submarines, which added the title of Navy Mom. In June 1999, Andy married Kirsten in a beautiful ceremony in Bremerton, Washington. In 1999, Peter began his career in the U.S. Navy as a Navy nuke, serving on the USS Abraham Lincoln and being part of the group that was out to sea for a historic 292 days when they attacked Iraq, with their mission being successfully accomplished. They had the thrill of President Bush landing on their deck. I began my professional career for a couple of local CPA firms in June of 1990, where I was taught the art of auditing, especially local government, school districts, and colleges. I began as the audit manager for Brazosport College audit in 1995 and learned a lot about BC, and it really impressed me. On January 2nd, 2001, I began as the internal auditor for Brazosport College so that I could have a better life-work balance and have more time with my sweet Dennis while we enjoyed our empty net. In December 2002, I was selected in the new position of Director of Business Services to free Gary Johnston, who was the CFO, for his added responsibilities. I enjoyed the role of being in charge of the general ledger and leading a team that took care of the finances of BC. Over the years, we have had some challenges but we've learned to work together to come up with better solutions. On July 23rd, 2005, my world changed again when my loving husband, Dennis, reported to heaven while sleeping. He was only 52, and it was some sort of heart incident. I knew I had no choice but to keep getting up each morning and going to work because BC truly needed me. Dennis was right about my BBA in accounting being my important, not only for my financial future, but also for the purpose in my life. The same was true when I developed breast cancer in 2016 and went through surgery and chemo. Working helped keep my mind off cancer. I consider myself a survivor. God has shown me that He has plans for my life to serve His purposes. His biggest purpose is BC, where I recently was promoted to Vice President of Financial Services and CFO. Brazosport College will always be my college of choice, and that choice has been my destiny. As you go forward in your life, may you always remember to have a great work ethic. Be supportive of the team you work with. Be kind, considerate, and have a positive attitude. This will take you far in your future career. Good luck with whatever career path you choose. Congratulations. You deserve to celebrate your success. Thank you.
Ginger, thank you so much for your words of wisdom and all of the love and the care that you've given to BC and to all of us over the years. Graduates, are you ready for this? Graduates, are you ready for this? All right, that's better. Nice. Graduates, I congratulate each one of you on your accomplishments, and I am certain that as you move forward in your future endeavors, you will maintain the standards of performance which have brought you here this morning. Will the candidates for the associate degree please rise? President Solis, on behalf of the faculty, I certify that these candidates will have fulfilled the requirements of Brazosport College and the state of Texas for the designated associate degree and recommend that the appropriate degree be conferred.
By the authority granted to me by the Board of Regents of Brazosport College and the laws of the state of Texas, I hereby confer upon each of you, upon successful completion of all requirements, the designation of associate's degree with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. It is now time to officially move your tassel from the right side to the left side, a tradition which signifies the most important milestone we celebrate today. Graduates in the first row, please remain standing while all other graduates may be seated. Now will the candidates for the associate's degree come forward as your name is called so members of the Brazosport College Board of Regents may present you with your degree.
Associate of Arts in Teaching, Amy Guerrero. Dana Guerrero. Layla Marie Lawfrey. Darian Michelle Luke. Cecilia Natasha Martinez, cum laude. Leslie Mata, cum laude. Alexander Wilson Maurice Mitchamore, cum laude. Maria Fernanda Montes de Oca. Lydia de Los Angeles Perez, cum laude. Receiving the Associate of Arts, Marisela Faye Thomas. Miranda Acuña. Leslie Aguilar, magna cum laude. Emily Josephine Alexander. Melissa Lisette Arismendez, magna cum laude. Hannah Baker. Amanda Bays. Juliana Angel Beacom Casas, summa cum laude. Miranda Leanne Blaha, cum laude. Shelby Jean Bowie, cum laude. Bailey Christopher Bradley, cum laude. Kensington Britton. Amanda Nicole Cabrera. Christy Marie Caldwell. Lily Edith Cervantes, magna cum laude. Isabella Marie Cespedes. Jessica McKenna Cox. Justin Patrick Cox. Kevin Robert Dodd. Alexis Baby Esquivel. Layla Zaray Fennell, cum laude. Braden Lee Fall. Kaya Fields. Amber Nicole Fortinelli, magna cum laude. Skylar Mackenzie Fuselier. Camila Garcia. Samantha Garcia. Hannah Michelle Gibson, magna cum laude. Sarah Gisicki, summa cum laude. Quintanae Lajea Glass. Genesis Adriana Gonzalez. Jordan Tyler Griffin. Priscilla Gale. Hannah Gano, cum laude. Micah Nicole Hansen. Sammy Joe Hare. Jasmine Nicole Hallerbrum. Hannah Dahl Hearns. Tara Lorraine Hobbs. Javion Gaston Haudaki, magna cum laude. Mary Grace Lancaster, summa cum laude. Crystal Cheyenne Lease. Teresa Renee Lecomte. Justice Michael Leja. Gabriel Lerma. Veronica Lopez. Mary Caitlin Lowry, summa cum laude. Kaylee Martin. Kayla Renee Martinez. Brendan Kane Mass, magna cum laude. Cashton Ogden McCracken, summa cum laude. Peyton McCree, cum laude. Kamina Rebecca McCullough. Felicita Alaya Mendiola. Tiffany Dawn Mixon. Dorian Alexander Monroe. Mia Val Moreno, magna cum laude. Janie Lee Morton. Chloe Danielle Moss, magna cum laude. Royce Ashton Mullins, cum laude. Carla Susana Murray. Leah Destiny Neely. Hannah Ann Wynn, magna cum laude. Alyssa Marie Nunez, summa cum laude. Brittany Esquivel Ondras. Giselle Priscilla Ortiz. Caitlin Sue Perkins. Jabrianna Mercedes Peterson, summa cum laude. Kaylin Marie Phelps, cum laude. Inicia Rester. Christina Reynolds. Finnegan Sean Richard. Raúl Rubio. Vida Angélica Salinas, magna cum laude. Nico Staub, summa cum laude. Madison Lassette Stevens. Hannah Elizabeth Sterner, cum laude. Peter Daniel Trainer. Tabitha Natalia Trevino. Zoe Ariana Trevino. Brianna Nicole Valero, magna cum laude. Diana Vega, cum laude. Jacob Landon Walker. Marlena Whitley. Angel Wilkerson. summa cum laude. Alondra Yvette Zamora, magna cum laude.
Receiving the Associate of Science, Danny Christine Aguilar. Lachelle Latre Anderson. Mackenzie Page Bagwell. Tavion Bell. June Antoinette Blanton, cum laude. Sarah Nicole Buchanan, summa cum laude. Manuel Carrillo. Caitlin Rose Castaneda, summa cum laude. Natalie Castillo, cum laude. Jasmine Conejo, magna cum laude. Anthony Jacob Cox. Juliana Kate Cruz, cum laude. Teresa Cummings, summa cum laude. Derek Austin Dabblegott, magna cum laude. Holly Damian. Kindle Madison Davenport. Harris Avery De Leon, cum laude. Emily Elaine Doran, cum laude. Alexis Renee Ellis, magna cum laude. Natalia Escamilla, magna cum laude. Jessica Espinoza. Emily Rose Frausto, summa cum laude. Samuel Garcia, cum laude. Alyssa Laura Garza, cum laude. Ava Elizabeth Gaston, summa cum laude. Mia Gomez, summa cum laude. Ana Laura Gonzalez Gutierrez. Yaslin Elise Hanks. Aiden Harbor. Allison Aber, summa cum laude. Kelsey Lynn Hendricks. Samantha Nicole Herrera, cum laude. Sienna M. Hinton. Sunflower Hudgens. Tanya Arlette Huerta. Greenlee Danae Hunt. Alejandra Iracheta. Johnny Jimenez. You got a broken foot can't stop her. Michaela Ray Kennemer. Alyssa Michelle Cornegay, summa cum laude. Tina Lee. Nadalyn Eileen Manzano. Fernando J. Martinez. Kelby R. Martinez. Natalie Elizeth Martinez. Itzcali Mendoza, summa cum laude. Cynthia Morgan. Brittany Nicole Munoz. Luck Hugh Wen, cum laude. Sky Denise Nix, magna cum laude. Sabrina Beth Perry. Luisa Fernanda Peters, summa cum laude. Peyton Marie Prihoda, magna cum laude. Esmeralda Elisa Ramirez. Megan Red. Haley Christine Santamaro. Gabriel I. Sauceda, cum laude. Dawson Michael Scott. Chantal Segovia, summa cum laude. Rochelle Devon Stevens. Jayla Denise Taylor, magna cum laude. Abigail Torresia, summa cum laude. Pathelia Alexius Torres. Anna Elizabeth Trainer, summa cum laude. Nadia Jacqueline Vasquez. Xiomara Ventura. Jillian Wimberly, magna cum laude.
Family and friends of today's graduates, thank you for being here with us this morning to share in this celebration with your very special graduate. We recognize the importance of your support, not only today, but also throughout the entire educational process. So on behalf of all the graduates, a heartfelt thanks. Graduates, along with the support system of family and friends, there are also people that have played major roles in your success that have gotten you here today. The strength and quality of any educational program at any college rests in its faculty and in its staff. The men and women before you have dedicated their professional lives to the students that are graduating today, the learning process, and the principles of helping other people achieve success through education. At Brazosport College, we are blessed with an outstanding faculty and staff. I would ask at this time that they please stand and be recognized, and that you join me in acknowledging their contributions for your education. Faculty and staff, please rise. Thank you for all that you do. You may be seated. Class of 2024, you ready for this? On behalf of the Board of Regents and the faculty and staff of this college, I offer my sincere congratulations to all the graduates gathered here this morning. You have worked hard to achieve this goal, and we commend you on your efforts and your success. We wish you the very best in all your future endeavors, whether they be transferring to another college, entering the job market, or other ends that you aspire to. Always remember that Brazosport College is your alma mater and your college of choice. With the class of 2024, stand and face the guests for one last round of applause from the audience gathered in honor of your presence. Outstanding. Please be seated. As we close out the ceremonies for this morning, we ask for your help with this last part. We know that you are all very anxious to meet up with your graduate, but audience, please remain seated until the recessional is complete and all of the graduates have left the room. Families and graduates can meet after the recessional in the lobby. Thank you all so much for being here. Graduates, congratulations for reaching this milestone.
Title.